Okay friends, let's quickly come back to the objective of inserting specific data over here once you click on the hyperlink on the left hand side. Right? Uh, so what we are wanting to do is, once the hyperlink is clicked, we need to have either a table or we need to enter some extra information, and it should appear along with the original geotag photo on the Google Earth. What we do is, we click on one of the wells, well number 4. We go to the original table that we have. This is the table data that we have. Do a Control C. In the presentation there is a link to convert Excel table to HTML formats. Now HTML is basically the language used to program the web pages. We need to learn a little bit of HTML table programming and a little bit of syntax to be able to use the most features in Google Earth for display purposes. So once you click on HTML tables, it will open up a website like this. What we need to understand in HTML table is TR represents a table row. So you start a TR and you end a TR. The end TR is given by a / inside 2 brackets. TD means a table data, which means each cell. If you click on try it yourself, it will show you that this particular line is represented like this. So Jill Smith 50. These are each cell values. To insert a new row, you say a TR again. TD cell close TD, TD cell value close TD, TD number close TD, end of TR. So to be able to tell HTML to insert a new row with these 3 values, this is the program that you have to write. But what we will be doing is, we will be using a bit of automation. We need not write the entire code for each and everything. We take a ready-made table, do a Control C, open this particular hyperlink. It will open this website for us. We paste the table data in this particular column. We can select what is the table header row that we want. Right? Always ensure that you select no CSS styles. We don't want CSS, so tick this option. Click on Tablize it. This website will create an automatic code for you and show you how your code will look like on any HTML page. So what you do is, do a Control C, go to Google Earth, open the first file, say it is well4, right click Properties, come to the end of the first table. So in this description it shows you it's using a HTML already. Right, we'll come to the syntax in some time, but right now what we do is, after the table you do a Control V, that is you paste the code that you have taken from this website, and the code got generated from the table that you did a paste over there, right? So you say OK. To start off, just click on this link and see how it looks like. So it looks decent. There is your original photo, there is the original date that was appearing, and the new HTML data has come here. Now we need to do some bit of formatting. So you do right click, Properties. In the description part, we can choose to delete some rows that are not required, like the first one, not required, not required, not required, except for this image, which is the actual photo, right? You can safely go ahead and delete everything. Just keep this last table tag and say OK. Now everything is gone except our photo and the table. Now we need to use a bit of HTML programming and add some colors, add some extra data. One command is HR, means a horizontal line. If you see what it has done is it has drawn a straight line between the photo and the table. So properties. Now before the HR, we can write, well, we can copy paste the file name itself and you can insert one more HR. HR is horizontal row. Now if you click, you see one line, the description that we have entered long time back in the file name and the file title, a new line, and the table again. The table doesn't look good, but we'll ensure we'll make it good. Now so right click properties again. Now what we do is, over here somewhere we use a command, right? Now sometimes even I forget the command, so what I do is I do properties, I see what exactly I have used long time back. So this is the syntax: border and a BG color. BG color means a background color. So what we do is, this is our first thing. So in table class itself, you enter table class is equal to whatever it is, border 1. 1 means thickness of 1. So, and BG color, right now you just type it as it is, CCFF66 into double quotes, and you need to type, yes, you can go ahead and type, and let's see what it does for us. Now if you click on this, what we have done here right now is, we have colored the entire table. Now we can choose to have it this way, or, so right now what we have done is we have given a color, this is a code for it, to the entire table. Now what we do is, the first line is table row. If I say BG color and I just change it to some random number, let's see what happens. So the first header has got changed, the entire table remains green. Actually the entire table is green, the first header has become purplish. Now we come and do the analysis of what we have done. So over here, first we entered HR to display one line, we entered something to display that text, one more HR for one more line. This existed before. We have added this syntax: border is equal to 1, which means enter a line with thickness 1. BG color is a hexadecimal code. Now in your PPT there is a HTML color code hyperlink. Once you open it, you will get this particular web page. You can choose whichever color you want. So suppose if you want to display gold color, so this is the alphanumeric code for it. You can say Ctrl C FFD700. Go to this part. So suppose you want to have the gold color in the first row. So TR, this is the first row which shows the name of the field headers. And if you say Ctrl V, so BG color means background color. First row background color is gold and the entire table is greenish. Once you click on it, you see that we have made it golden. So you can choose to have, say, this blue, light sky blue, as the table background. So copy this color, go to this table that we have already created, you can paste these values, and once you click on it, there it is. It's pretty simple, yeah. you can choose to add some more details over here. So all that you have to do is just type it out, right? If you want to have something appearing in bigger letters, you can use H4 or H3 and say hello and close H4. H4 is a bigger thing, so you can go all the way up to H1. H1 is the highest size of the font, right? Or you can say right. You can even color it. So I'm not sure of the syntax. So what I do is I usually do a Google for everything. So you say font color HTML. So you say font color HTML in Google, how to change color, right? It will take you to a couple of websites which will offer you help, and it will give you font. I can straight away copy this thing into here. No need to use H1 also, and type here AD project, right? Font size, color. So we have our own HTML page ready. Now if you see here AD project and the next line appear on the same line, there is a way to bring them on another line. So you see right click properties. After this particular thing, so AD project will appear as it is. This is your text. You can enter BR. BR means a break. Break means press enter. So once you press an enter, it will go to a new line. So you can take it on two different lines. AD project can be also increased. So this is the end to adding details on your KMZ. Now what you do is, this is part A. So what we have done till now is we have used Picasa to create a KMZ file for all the geotagged photos. Geotagged photos are the ones which have a red marker like this on the bottom right side. You say create, tools, geotag, export to Google file. You got a KMZ file. We imported that file. We get everything in the temporary location. Now what you do is right click, copy, paste it to a new folder always. So each and every file that has got processed, each and every image file that has got processed with the data that you want to present to the customer, you paste it in the main folder. Now what you do is, this is a folder that you had created long time back using the right click add folder command, and in this you have pasted the photos that you have edited just now. You can save this, right click, save place as a KMZ file, this aed.kmz file, and you can send this aed.kmz file as an email to whomever you want. So once they get this email and they open up this in a Google Earth application, they will get everything, right? So that's the first part. Now to make it a bit more interesting, I'll quickly run you through some other things that we have done, and I have supplied some sample files also for reference. You can use Google Earth to also give you some very good photos for your report, right? So what we do is, we have an India states outline KML file, right? So I have copied this everything in one fine folder called as AD, right? Or I'll save it again as GERD. Right click, save place as. So I'll send this to you, GERD, which means Google Earth RD. So there are ready-made files that you have. You choose all the Indian states, or you can choose to highlight only specific states. What you do is you disable it. Sorry, you can enable it and you can mark this. So this KML one, I don't know which state it is. So suppose I click here in an empty place, it shows me this Rajasthan. So Rajasthan is KML 13. So one time only I need to make some efforts, change the name to Rajasthan, right? Now if I click here, I know it is Uttar Pradesh. So Uttar Pradesh is KML 10. So right click, properties, right? Now if you want, suppose just to highlight Madhya Pradesh, so on India you get MP. Now if you want to paste just this photo in a Word document, what you do is you press print screen button, yeah, PRTSCR or PRTSC, and you open Paintbrush. So print screen, what it does is it will copy whatever is there on your screen into the memory buffer. Now once you press Ctrl V, which is paste, it will paste the entire screen on your paintbrush. Now you can use this select option, that is cropping. Select everything what you see on one part of this thing. Say Ctrl C again, which is a copy. Go to your document and do a paste. Right? So you get beautiful maps which you can use in your reports. Going a step ahead, you can get the Tehsil's boundary. Now if you want to highlight this place, you can again do a print screen, go to paint, do a Ctrl V. If you want this to be in your report, you can say Ctrl C again and Ctrl V. Pretty straightforward. You cut out all the extra things that you don't require. Going a step ahead, if you take the help of the GIS team in Pune, right, you can get something called as a topo sheet. A topo sheet is basically, no need to explain people in water what is a topo sheet. Topo sheet is something which shows drainage, it shows contours, right? This is a topo sheet we have got from IWMP for their projects, but you can get similar topo sheets for all the projects or for any location in India. You can get this from the internet, you can buy it for 110 rupees for each village. Lots of ways to get this, or you can get this generated as well. Or you can go to Patwari, collect the cadastral map, get it superimposed from the GIS team, and you get something which looks like this. The brown colored ones are the contours, yeah. These blue lines are the drainage lines. This is a cadastral map, Khasra Naksha of Malda region. This is a JPG file, which is a photo, right? This is the name of the cadastral map. This is a number. We can also import our topo sheet on Google Earth. Once you double click on it, it will zoom to that location, and it has got superimposed. What does superimpose means? This is the actual topo sheet mapped to the exact ground. So if you look closely, these are two drains, blue colored ones, meeting at this junction. If I decrease the transparency, I see, yes, there is a dip in the ground level, which indicates there are actual drains below these lines. So what you are seeing here is an interesting tool that we have going ahead, which can overlay a topo sheet on Google Earth. Now using this, what you can do is you can mark your proposed interventions. So suppose I decide to build a dam here. So I say right click, add place mark, and you place a place mark somewhere. Now this dam will have some catchment. Now we know how to trace a topo sheet, and we create a polygon, right? The way to create a polygon is just mark the places and this polygon gets created, and you create something called as a catchment area for this particular proposed dam. Now Google Earth Pro does something pretty interesting. You right click on this particular polygon that you have just created, click on properties, go to measurements. Wow, you get perimeter in kilometers, meters, centimeters. Meters is better. You get the area of this particular polygon, hectares, square kilometers, acres, whatever you want, right? And you can copy this also as a part of your KMZ file, right? So if you send these two things to an outsider, he will be able to make much more better informed decision about the project, and you're sharing good data with him. You have shared the topo sheet on the Google Earth, which shows exactly which khasra farm is where on this planet. You show the exact drainage, you show the exact catchment area, you give him the option of seeing the perimeter, the catchment area. So everything is possible, and then you can also take photos, as in you can print screen and paste it in MS Word. This is how your photos can look like. So we have created this by removing the photos. So the way to do it is, suppose you have edited all your photos that you have imported from Picasa. You can do a right click, properties, because what happens is now they are appearing as block photos. Suppose I want to make them point markers. So you say right click, properties, style color, share style, choose an icon that you want them to display. You can choose the icon color, say OK, label, right? You give a scale to the label, and you can use this view or the photo again in one of your documents, right? You can choose to make these labels smaller. So the way to do that would be in your photos itself. So right click, properties, whatever name you type here, right, will be displayed over here. This is a label, so you can choose to make it as small or as long as possible, so long as the map is visible. And you can paste even this thing, print screen, go to Pinterest, Control V, use the proper, copy it, Control C, go to Word document, and you do a Control V. So you can create lots of good documents as well using this tool. One more last magic of Google Earth is you can use the movie maker. I will not take much time to show you how to make a movie, but I'll give you a hyperlink and I'll give you a small demo. This is how your movie will look like. You can do a walkthrough as if you are taking the funding agency or your senior management in a helicopter to the entire project area, and assume that you have overlaid your topo sheet already on this place. You can rotate it, you can take them, this is your dam 1, this is the catchment area, it appears on the screen. You take them to a different location and show them that this is the ridge, this is the valley, right? So you do all the labeling and you use the movie maker feature of Google Earth Pro, and you can create such movies, right? So it's pretty simple and straightforward, nothing rocket science. You just click on some places, and we'll skip this part for now. So it's pretty straightforward, as I said earlier. All you have to do is go to tools and movie maker, and you click here and there and start, and you go ahead, and whatever you do here, zooming in, zooming out, changing the elevation, rotating your maps, all these things that are happening here on the screen are getting recorded as a movie. And provided you have created all your tabs, you can zoom in, zoom out, whatever is happening on this side of the screen will get captured as a movie, right? So thank you for your time. All the best.